My brother, a washed-up top star, took on a live-streaming variety show to clear his name, and he dragged me along for the ride. The director asked family members to introduce each other. After a long, awkward silence, my brother blurted out in desperation, "My sister, she's a girl." A brilliant idea struck me, and I said with full confidence, "He's older than me. My brother is Gucci." 3 years ago, he unexpectedly skyrocketed to fame after starring in a web series, and before the show even finished airing, he had already risen to become a top-tier male celebrity. 3 years have passed, and my brother's most notable work is still that web series. The entire internet mocks him, saying he has looks when it comes to acting skills, looks when it comes to intelligence, and still only looks when it comes to charisma. To help clear his name, his agent specifically booked him for a live-streaming variety show, repeatedly emphasizing that he must nail the persona of a doting brother who adores his sister. Of course, I was also reminded to make sure to cooperate well with my brother. My brother, no problem. Me, no problem. On the day the live stream started, countless viewers flooded into the live room. After all, my brother may be mocked by passers-by, but his popularity is genuinely solid. Oh, look, the pretty face is back to flaunt his looks again. Is it that once you get famous in the entertainment industry, you have to drag your whole family along to cash in? Why bother with variety shows? Just go live and start selling products with a countdown. The fact that the pretty face even has this look is already winning the genetic lottery. How good-looking could his sister possibly be? Don't tell me it's another case of some rich kid being shoved down our throats. The camera panned, sweeping over me and my brother. The live stream chat fell silent for a moment, then exploded with a frenzy of messages. Holy shit, holy shit, holy shit, who said you can't win the lottery twice in a row? Ah, crawling, swinging on vines, eating a banana, slapping Gucci. This is your sister, this is my wife. The host began to cue the process. Now, let's invite everyone to introduce themselves, but we have a small requirement: family members should introduce each other. After the other guests finished their introductions smoothly, it was my brother's and my turn. My brother stammered, "This is my sister. Gucci, she is, her height." After holding it in for a long time, my brother blurted out in desperation, "My sister is a girl." Offstage, the agent was stunned when it was my turn. I also stammered, "My brother, Gucci, his birthday, his weight." Under the watchful eyes of everyone, I had a sudden inspiration and confidently declared, "He's older than me." The guests on the scene were struggling hard to hold back their laughter. The agent outside the venue felt his vision go dark. It's over. It was a disaster. There are many ways for a celebrity to crash and burn in the entertainment industry. Just as the agent thought my brother would be the first male artist in history to fall from grace due to a failed persona, hey, my brother is trending on fire. Not to mention hashtags like hashtag Gucci and sisters fake sibling bond, hashtag Gucci, my sister is a girl, hashtag Gucci and sister not close, hashtag dominating the charts. The livestream alone is absolutely explosive. Ahahaha. Did the director forget to give them the script? Help, are these siblings comedians? How could they not even know each other's height and weight? To be honest, I don't know my younger brother's height either. If you ask about his age, I can't remember it off the top of my head. I'd have to count on my fingers to figure out his birth year. Although Gucci is just a pretty face in the entertainment industry, he's also a workaholic. He's been filming on set even during Chinese New Year's Eve. His sister is probably just out of high school at her age. It's normal for siblings who haven't spent much time together in years to not be that close. SRDS. This pair is absolutely hilarious. The way they both stammered, talked in circles, and ended up looking up at the sky with utter despair was perfectly synchronized. In short, my brother and I went viral, but we couldn't see the comments during the live stream, so we had no idea at the time. We kept in mind our manager's instructions and were still desperately playing up the deep sibling bond. For the group task, we had to ride bicycles to the destination homestay, and my brother volunteered to take me along. My brother huffed and puffed as he pedaled, jolting my butt so much it hurt like hell. To maintain our image, I could only praise him, saying, "Brother, you're riding so fast." My brother, upon hearing this, also put in a tremendous effort to maintain his persona, pedaling at full speed all the way to the intersection. As a result, we were stopped by a traffic officer, carrying a passenger on a non-motorized vehicle. Fine of 20 yuan. I am puzzled. My brother was puzzled. In the end, we arrived at our destination on foot, and I volunteered to cook for my brother. The production team had given us 20 yuan, which we ended up using to pay the fine, so I had to make do with the ingredients available in the homestay. Half an hour later, an explosion sounded from the kitchen. I brought out a pot of the poison I had brewed, oh no, the mushroom soup I had cooked, and enthusiastically handed it to my brother. 15 minutes later, my brother was calling the dog his brother and kept insisting that there were bullet comments floating above the dog's head. I let out a sharp, piercing scream, because I saw them too. On the first day of the broadcast, both my brother and I ended up in the emergency room due to mushroom poisoning. I lay weakly on the bed receiving N4 drip. When I turned my head, I saw my brother looking even weaker than me. I only took a few sips of the mushroom soup, but my brother, perhaps to maintain his persona, insisted on drinking a whole bowl, and it was a huge bowl at that. Feeling guilty, I asked, "Brother, are you okay?" My brother snorted coldly, "We're not live streaming now, stop acting, Guching-ching. Our relationship isn't great, we've been fighting and bickering since we were kids." He'd snatch my instant noodles, I'd grab his spicy sticks, and just as we were fighting, the cartoon would start. We'd quickly call a truce, huddle in front of the TV with a bag of chips to watch together. That was a long time ago. I gathered my thoughts and retorted, "Gucci, you're the one who got me into this mess. If you hadn't insisted on taking me on your bicycle, would we have gotten fined?" Gucci's thin lips twitched, as if he wanted to say something, but suddenly the show's director rushed over. First came a round of concern and small talk. Then he tactfully informed us that the entire crew and thousands of viewers in the livestream were waiting for us. The implication was clear, the livestream had to continue. My brother frowned, "I'm fine with it, but my sister," I quickly interjected, "I can do it, no problem." "Are you kidding? What's wrong with live streaming while sick? That's $800,000. My brother didn't say anything, and the director took it as his consent. Soon, the production team took us back to the guest house, and the livestream resumed. Here they come, the sibling duo who love to mess with each other. I'd be heartbroken if anyone missed out on this fake sibling duo. Okay, ha ha ha. Both of these fragile sharks getting food poisoning at the same time really cracked me up. My brother and I were too busy at the hospital to check our phones, completely unaware of the online comments. We exchanged a glance and struggled to keep up the act. My brother made me a lemon salt sugar drink to replenish electrolytes, but he added too much salt. It nearly killed me. I frantically tried to clear my throat. I personally peeled 3 oranges for my brother, but each one was more sour than the last. His already poor ability to control his expression became even more unmanageable. That day, the entire internet was flooded with our ridiculous memes, but I never expected that the show would also invite a special guest, my ex-boyfriend, Lu Jianchuan. Lu Jianchuan came with his older sister, Lu Fanqing, who is the principal dancer in classical dance. At first glance of Lu Fanqing, I grinned foolishly. What celestial being descended to earth? Pretty sister, let me get close. I'm getting so close. Then, when I saw Lu Jianchuan behind Lu Fanqing, my smile instantly froze. Lu Jianchuan, my high school classmate. After the college entrance exam, I lost a game of truth or dare at a class reunion, and the punishment was to confess my feelings to a guy, so I chose Lu Jianchuan. Then, he agreed to my confession. At first, I thought he was just going along with the punishment game, but the next morning, Lu Jianchuan sent me a voice message. "Good morning, baby." I am puzzled. "What, baby? Who's your baby?" And then, we just somehow started dating, but we broke up after just 2 weeks. Lu Jianchuan is great, handsome, tall, good grades, but he kept me from binge-watching dramas. I don't have many other hobbies, I just love watching TV dramas. I hadn't been able to catch up on any for over half a year while preparing for the college entrance exams, and I was almost going crazy from the withdrawal. After dating Lu Jianchuan, he either took me to the library or invited me to go hiking and see the sea. He was incredibly passionate about learning and very health conscious, but I'm sorry, my mind was completely occupied with the plots of the dramas I was following, and so, Lu Jianchuan became my ex-boyfriend. Lu Fanqing noticed something was off and smiled gently. "Hello, Ching Ching. I heard you and my brother attended the same high school. I wonder how well you two know each other." "Me, alumni, Lu Jianchuan, friends." The two answers were completely different. Lu Fanqing blinked. "So, are you close or not?" Lu Jianchuan pursed his lips and turned his face away. "We're not close." My brother didn't know about my relationship with Lu Jianchuan and was still trying to maintain his gentlemanly, doting brother persona. What a coincidence. "Brother Jianchuan, please take good care of my sister from now on." Lu Jianchuan glanced at me and said seriously, "I will." The live stream comments were buzzing with excitement. Hey 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 hey. Hey friend, hey 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 not familiar, hey 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 definitely. I have a feeling that Gucci will definitely regret what he said today, ha ha ha. Considering the physical conditions of my brother and me, the afternoon live stream segment is divided into two groups. One group goes for outdoor adventures, consisting of singer Liao Yu and her younger sister, as well as swimmer Lin Jin and his young nephew Lin Huai. The other group participates in indoor games, consisting of my brother and me, as well as Lu Jianchuan and his older sister. The first game is blindfolded screaming chicken. The rules are simple. One person is blindfolded and attacks with a foam bat, while the other three have screaming chickens tied to their feet. Hitting an opponent earns points, while hitting a teammate deducts points, but teammates cannot give verbal reminders. In the first round, my brother drew the blindfold. Before the match, we had a heated strategic discussion and concluded that, based on probability analysis, regardless of point deductions, as long as the number of attacks is sufficient, the chances of winning are still relatively high. Me, brother, just a light touch. My brother gave an okay sign. Got it. I thought he really understood, but as soon as the referee blew the whistle, my brother leaped up, executed a vertical chop followed by a sweeping strike, unleashing an indiscriminate, all-encompassing onslaught. I was immediately knocked to the ground by a foam bat. I scrambled around frantically, the squeaky chicken on my foot emitting frantic shrieks. My brother tracked me by the sound, chasing relentlessly, the foam bat in his hand swinging so fast it left after images. He roared with a fierce cry, "Ha! Where do you think you're running, you fiend?" Outside the arena, the agent's face turned ashen, his lips trembling. The live stream audience was practically dying of laughter. Gu Ching Ching. Just a light touch, Gu Che, understood, I want her dead, Gu Che, today, will not only determine who's superior, but also settle life and death. You can really tell Gu Che is desperate to win, ha ha ha. Help, this is too funny, Gu Che, the one you're unleashing your ultimate on is your own sister. This strategy was actually planned by Gu Qingqing together with him. All I can say is, where there's a sleeping dragon, there's bound to be a young phoenix. These siblings really are a pair. Just as I was about to be hit by my brother's ultimate at point blank range, another ear-piercing shriek suddenly rang out not far away. I turned my head and saw that it was Lu Jianchuan who had moved. My brother heard the commotion and switched his target. The one being chased and beaten became Lu Jianchuan. I stood there in a daze. Lu Jianchuan's position was quite safe. As long as he didn't move around, my brother wouldn't be able to hit him anytime soon. Why did he suddenly move? A shoulder was suddenly wrapped around, the faint scent of flowers lingering at the tip of my nose. I looked up and saw Lu Fanqing's beautiful face right before me. She reached out to wipe the dust off my face, lowering her voice. Qingqing's turned into a little kitty. My ears instantly flushed red. Who can resist this? Who doesn't love getting close to a beauty? But the next second, that kid Lu Jianchuan actually ran towards the two of us. Following closely was my brother wildly swinging a foam bat. Lu Fanqing dodged with a backbend, while I, unable to dodge in time, was about to get slapped again. A tall, slender figure stepped in front of me. Thump, thump, thump. The foam baton kept hitting Lu Jianchuan's back, but he didn't move an inch, shielding me and Lu Fanqing between him. Time's up. The referee announced the end of the round. Gu Che took off his blindfold, brimming with confidence. Qingqing, your brother's awesome, right? I am speechless. The director's team was busy tallying the number of attacks Gu Che had just made, while Lu Fanqing pulled Lu Jianchuan aside to talk about something. Suddenly, Lu Jianchuan glanced in our direction. My heart skipped a beat, and I unconsciously held my breath. My brother, however, swept the stray hairs from his forehead back and grinned from ear to ear. That kid must have been blown away by how cool I was, right? I stared at my brother's face, scrutinizing it carefully, but I really couldn't see what was so handsome about him. My impression of him has always remained that of the smelly older brother with messy hair and big shorts who used to snatch my instant noodles from me. My brother grinned, showing his teeth. What, Qingqing? Are you also stunned by how handsome your brother is? I replied with a straight face. I think Lu Jianchuan is still more handsome. My brother looked puzzled. My brother was shocked. In the second round, the person who drew the blindfold was Lu Fanqing. Sister Fanqing was very gentle, afraid of hurting anyone, and was cautious throughout the entire process. In the third round, I drew the blindfold. After putting on the blindfold, everything went dark in front of my eyes, and my sense of balance seemed to worsen. I felt like I was walking straight ahead, but in reality, I had veered off course, and in my daze, I had no idea what I had bumped into. I instinctively reached out to touch it. Warm and solid, judging by the height. It must be a man. Is it my brother? Or Lu Jianchuan? I couldn't make up my mind, but suddenly inspiration struck. I sniffed the air a few times with all my might. I've had a nose like a bloodhound since I was a child, with an exceptionally keen sense of smell. My brother is vain, and the hair gel on his head is thicker than his shoe lifts. That particular hair gel has a citrus scent. I didn't catch the smell of hair gel. Instead, I detected a clean, crisp fragrance of soap. Great, Lu Jianchuan, you little rascal. Don't even think about running away. With one hand, I tightly grabbed Lu Jianchuan, while the other hand swiftly swung a foam stick, hitting him repeatedly, thinking about how Lu Jianchuan had protected me in the last round, but now I was relentlessly targeting him like a sheep being sheared. I couldn't help but feel a pang of guilt and muttered, bah, +1 +1 +1 +1. In the live stream, the comments kept flooding in. Ha ha ha, ching ching. Are you playing whack-a-mole, Jianchuan, little brother? You're not even running, so why are your ears turning red? Could Gu Qingqing be the legendary Monkey King? When the director announced that time was up, there was no need to tally the scores. My brother rushed over, grinning from ear to ear. Ching ching, we won, you're amazing. I also bared my big teeth. That's me for you. The two of us siblings hugged each other and laughed wildly. Overwhelmed with excitement, the Lu siblings exchanged a glance, with Lu Fanqing smiling without a word and Lu Jianchuan coughing tactically. Off the field, the agent uncle lit a cigarette, his face etched with the marks of time and hardship. The persona of a doting brother can't be hyped up at all, not even a little bit. The livestream chat was already a sea of ha ha ha. Gu Che, your sister is about to be taken away. What are you so happy about? As is well known, where there is a crouching dragon, there is bound to be a young phoenix. The Lu siblings combined have 800 schemes, and the Gu siblings combined also have 800 negative ones. We played 2 more games, and then the other group members returned, so we all started making dinner together. Given that my cooking skills are far too advanced, I was strictly forbidden from entering the kitchen. Liao Yu asked her younger sister, Liao Ju, to keep me company, while Lu Fanqing and Lin Jin also shooed their family members out of the kitchen. You're not needed here, go have fun. So the 4 adults were cooking in the kitchen, while the 4 of us kids were left in the living room, staring at each other wide-eyed. Ahem, Ching Ching, Liao Ju, a female college student with bright eyes, asked, what's your brother usually like at home? I was taken aback. Actually, my brother hadn't been home in a long time. Mom and Dad had separated, and we each went with one of them, only seeing each other during holidays. But after my brother debuted, we saw each other even less. When we finally met, he was so busy, endless work, endless phone calls, and endless online meetings. We were no longer the closest friends, partners, or comrades in the world, but instead, we became increasingly distant, polite, and formal strangers. Thinking of the agent's instructions, I answered cautiously, if he doesn't have work, he'll work out and eat healthy during the day, then at night, he orders late-night snacks to tempt me into eating with him. He insists on reading books or scripts every day. Actually, he can't get through a few pages before opening a game and dragging me into a duo match. Occasionally, I go hiking for exercise or take a drive along the coast. As soon as we stepped out, he pulled out a big bag of snacks, and we had a picnic right there. Liao Ju's eyes sparkled. Wow, your brother is such a good boy. I really want to pet him. I am puzzled. Good boy, sorry, but after seeing my brother take 3 dumps in a day, his image in my mind has long been shattered. Hee. I'm your brother's die-hard fan. Liao Ju sweetly smiled, revealing her identity. Rounding it off, I feel like Ching Ching. You're my baby too. Me, huh? I just came to participate in a variety show. How did I suddenly gain a mom? Liao Ju was a social butterfly, chatting for a few sentences before becoming familiar. Ching Ching, do you follow celebrities, or do you have a crush on anyone? I can be your wingman. Lu Jianchuan, who was discussing esports with Lin Huai, suddenly turned his head and looked at me. I avoided eye contact. I don't follow celebrities, and I don't have a crush. Liao Ju, then what type do you like? Me, I like someone who's not clingy. Liao Ju was taken aback. What's wrong with being clingy? He distracts me from watching. I caught myself just in time, feeling guilty, and said, distracts me from reading and making progress. Liao Ju and Lin Huai instantly looked at me with newfound respect. Ching Ching, I never imagined you were so dedicated to your studies. As the words fell, Lu Jianchuan's gaze inexplicably grew a few shades more resentful. Dinner time. My brother and I were putting on another act. I served him some fish, but the bones weren't cleaned properly, and my brother choked so hard he rolled his eyes. His face flushed and neck bulging. He ladled me some soup, loaded with pickled peppers, chili, and Sichuan peppercorns, leaving me gasping and sniffling with tears and snot streaming down my face. At the critical moment, Lu Jianchuan handed me a bottle of coconut milk, saying gently, "Classmate Gu, coconut milk helps with the spiciness." "Thanks, thanks." I gulped down several big mouthfuls. It was my brother who was taken aback. "Gu Qingqing, didn't you love spicy food the most, when we were kids? You used to eat the devil's level of spiciness." A true lady doesn't boast about past bravery. "I've regressed now and can only handle a hint of spiciness," I mumbled in response. After our parents separated, Gucci stayed with Dad, while I went with Mom. After Mom remarried, no one in the new family ate spicy food. Over time, I lost my tolerance for spice as well. Gucci didn't speak for a while. After a moment of silence, the dishes he served me were all non-spicy. Suddenly remembering something, I quietly asked him, "Brother, didn't you love fish the most? You used to be so good at picking out fish bones." Gucci pursed his lips. "Once during my trainee days, I got a fish bone stuck in my throat and almost lost my voice. After that, I stopped eating it much." "Maybe I've regressed too." I blinked, feeling a bit unsettled inside. It seems we'd been absent from each other's lives for far too long. What was once taken for granted as mutual understanding has now turned into a laughably profound unfamiliarity. Moved by the scene, I clinked my coconut milk against my brother's glass. "Bro, let's have a toast," my brother cautiously asked. "Are you sure you're not trying to send me off?" I glared at him. "You're just a wild boar that can't appreciate fine grain." "Haha, I'm a wild boar, so you must be the wild boar's little sister." Gucci made a funny face at me. "Wild boar sis, blah blah blah." "Ah, my brother is so annoying." "Then you're the wild boar brother, wild boar sis, wild boar bro." We argued more and more heatedly, completely forgetting we were still live streaming, and started exposing each other's secrets. "Gu Qingqing, how dare you talk to your brother like that, when you had a pig craving, who ordered 3 different takeouts for you in one go? Clearly, it was you who was greedy and wanted to eat, yet you're blaming me, who clogged the toilet 3 times a day with their business." Alright. So that's how you want to play it. Well, when you were a month old, I was the one who changed your diapers. Did you ever say thank you to me? Are you crazy? Could I even talk when I was a month old? Why don't you mention how you tricked me into buying instant noodles so you could secretly call your online girlfriend? Adult relationships are something you little girls wouldn't understand. In the midst of the argument, Gucci suddenly stopped, stiffly turned his neck, and slowly looked toward the camera in the room. The red light was blinking, indicating it was functioning normally. My brother is speechless. I am speechless. Some live streams are still ongoing. While some people have already experienced social death, the other guests at the dining table fell silent for a moment. My brother and I looked at each other, at a loss for words. Little did they know, the barrage in the live stream had been absolutely hilarious from the moment we started arguing. Anytime, any place, the wild boar siblings, tearing each other down. "Teacher, why are you only filming the wild boar brother and sister? Why isn't our Zihan in the center? 3 bowel movements a day is so relatable. My boyfriend poops all the time too." To be honest, Gu Huaping and his sister are really hilarious together. Before, he seemed like a total fake. This argument doesn't seem staged. Not sure. Let's keep watching. LOL, whether it's staged or not, we fans have the most say. Let me tell you, Gucci simply doesn't have acting skills this good. My brother and I had no idea what was happening in the livestream. My brother has stronger nerves, but I felt like the sky was about to fall. Is my brother's doting brother persona about to collapse? Will that have a negative impact on his career? I instinctively wanted to avoid it. My stomach hurts. My brother coughed. "Well, I'll go get some toilet paper for my sister." There are no cameras near the restroom. I was so anxious that I was pacing frantically in front of the sink. "Bro, what do we do? What do we do? Will you lose fans?" Gucci, on the other hand, was putting on an act at this moment, lazily crossing his arms. "Oh, so now you're not calling me wild boar bro anymore. I'm not in the mood to argue with you. I'm genuinely afraid you'll crash and burn." My eyes were already red. Gucci seemed not to have expected this reaction from me. After a moment of silence, he still spoke in that infuriating tone. "It doesn't matter. My career has always been a pile of ruins. There's No house left to collapse. I am puzzled. Worst case, I'll just go back to singing on the streets, with hands and feet. Can a person really starve to death? My brother's attitude is all about optimism. He flicked my forehead with his finger and said, "Gu ching ching. I thought you couldn't wait for me to crash and burn." I blurted out without thinking. How could that be? Gu che, you what? Lu Jianchuan's clear voice came over. Classmate Gu. Brother Gu, the director asked me to call you. I couldn't wait to get around my brother and dashed off in a flash. Just live streaming a meal isn't very interesting, so the production team arranged some mini games to play while eating. Hearing the words truth or dare, I glanced guiltily at Lu Jianchuan. The lines of his profile were smooth and clean, giving off a youthful vibe. In the previous rounds of the game, others were always the ones picked, so I kept my head down and focused on eating. But unexpectedly, while I wasn't chosen for the truth or dare round, someone's truth question ended up being about me. Jianchuan, do you have a girlfriend? Liao Yu, with her gossipy nature just like her sister, teased, it's not another online romance, is it? Gu Che was speechless. Through the swirling mist of the hot pot, Lu Jianchuan's eyes seemed to grow moist as he softly said, I have. The crowd erupted into teasing at this response. Oh ho, little brother Jianchuan, you had an early romance. It's I have not I do, which means you broke up. Who ended it? With a brother as handsome as Jianchuan, you probably won't get dumped, right? Lu Jianchuan muttered, she dumped me. The crowd's teasing grew even louder, especially from my brother, who was particularly interested and kept pressing for details about the breakup. I quickly spoke up, only one question at a time. Everyone finally gave up. As a result, the person drawn in the next round turned out to be me. I was afraid that if a truth question touched on matters between my brother and me, it would easily give us away, so I decisively said, I choose dare. The one who drew the king card was Lin Jean, who has a good relationship with my brother and obviously went easy on me, then send a message saying, have you eaten? To the 10th contact you recently chatted with. Okay, simple. Our phones were handed in before the live broadcast started. The staff member passed me my phone, and I scrolled through my contacts. At the top was my best friend, followed by a small group chat with my girlfriends, the class group chat, and a drama-watching group chat. Counting down to the 10th contact, it was an account with a Shiba Inu profile picture. My eyelids twitched violently. How could it be such a coincidence? The 10th most recent contact was actually Lu Jianchuan. Go ahead, Ching Ching, urged Liao Ju beside me. Everyone turned to look at me, including Lu Jianchuan. I braced myself and opened the chat history. The camera zoomed in, giving a close-up of my phone screen, so all the viewers in the live stream saw the message Lu Jianchuan sent me. Baby, the cat is cute, but not as cute as you. Baby, do you like abs? I've been working out lately. Baby, I miss you. Dog crying. JPG. Dense white chat boxes filled most of the screen. The last message was sent last night. Baby, can we not break up? Trembling, I sent Lu Jianchuan a message saying, have you eaten? As per the punishment, a buzz sounded, and a vibration came from the staff's side. Fortunately, my brother and the others thought it was just a coincidence and didn't connect Lu Jianchuan with L. But even so, my brother's face still darkened. Gu Ching Ching, who is this? Don't tell me you're secretly dating behind my back. I'm not a kid anymore. A rebellious streak kicked in, and I muttered, besides, did I ever interfere when you were dating online? That's completely different. Who is it? Who? My brother was losing it on the spot, his hair practically standing on end. Lu Fanqing and the others all tried to calm him down. Half of the livestream audience is laughing hysterically, while the other half is busy solving the case. Gu Che, you've finally met your match today. Ha ha ha. Brother Wild Boar is a textbook example of double standards. Everyone, I was just wearing headphones, and right after Gu Qingqing sent the message, there was a phone vibration alert on site. I suspect L is right there in the room. Who is L? Lin Huai. Lu Jianchuan, don't be too strict about age. Lin Jin is only 23, don't be too strict about gender either. The Liao sister's surname also starts with L. The livestream ended in utter chaos before my brother could even start lecturing me. My agent showed up first. Gu Che, Gu Qingqing, you two are really, sigh, how should I put it? We stood like students being punished, lined up against the wall, waiting to be scolded. My brother stiffened his neck. I already said that building a persona wouldn't work. If you want to blame someone, blame me. It has nothing to do with Gu Qingqing. I was stunned. Since we were kids, Gu Che had always shifted the blame onto me. Today, I was actually a bit unaccustomed to him not doing so. I was moved to tears. no, it's all my fault. I didn't coordinate well with my brother. My brother instantly changed his expression. Uncle, look, it's not just my fault, you know, the law doesn't punish the masses. How about we just let the big things become small and the small things disappear? I was completely stunned. Gucci, I really believed your nonsense, you little rascal. The agent patted Gucci on the shoulder. Alright, you two, don't act like a loving brother and sister tomorrow. Just behave the way you usually do, the more real, the better. I was shocked. Uncle, aren't you afraid we'll end up fighting? My brother wasn't happy. Gucci, I'm more worried you'll take a dump on my bedside. You're the crazy one. You're the one who pees and poops everywhere, so you think everyone else is dirty. Hey, Gucci, I haven't even asked you what the hell that L is about, and you're already getting all aggressive with me. We started bickering right in front of our manager, arguing until our faces were flushed and our throats were on fire. The manager, however, looked on with a loving expression. Yes, this is exactly the right vibe. The live stream began the next day. Although our manager uncle had advised my brother and me not to act anymore, we couldn't shake it off right away. Today's game is riding a tandem bike outdoors. I huffed and puffed as I pedaled in front, but I couldn't seem to pick up any speed. Bro, is there something wrong with this bike? I was exhausted. Why does it feel heavier the more I pedal? Gucci said like a boss. Gucci, don't slack off. You have to pedal harder. I gradually started to feel something was off and stole a glance. Wow. So it turns out Gucci was slacking off. I pedal 3 times, and he's lucky if he pedals once. No wonder I'm getting more and more exhausted. A thought suddenly struck me. Bro, I heard the first place winner gets a reward, and it's a luxurious grand prize. Really, is that true? I could tell there was a chance. My brother had been yawning nonstop just now, so he definitely wasn't paying close attention to the game rules. Try it and you'll find out. Gucci perked up. Then we have to win. He pedaled like crazy, as if he were Neza riding his wind-fire wheels, stomping so hard the pedals nearly sparked. The audience in the live stream nearly died laughing. Gucci, you're really lazy enough to even trick your own sister. Sis knows how to turn the tables on her brother. I didn't hear the director mention any grand prize. To be honest, brother Wild Boar really has endless strength. Ha ha ha. When will I ever be able to hold back my laughter at the sight of the words, Wild Boar bro? As expected, Gucci pedaled his bicycle so hard it was practically smoking, only to be dumbfounded when he reached the finish line. Where's the promised grand prize? He paused for a moment before realizing. Gucci, don't run, stop right there. I stuck my tongue out at him. Naya, who told you to trick me first? There's a saying that extreme joy begets sorrow. As I turned my head, I bumped into someone with a thud. Sorry, I covered my forehead, thinking to myself that this person's chest muscles were quite well developed. When I looked up and met Lu Jianchuan's clean and clear face, I felt inexplicably uneasy. Hey, Lu, he hadn't replied to my message last night, and I wasn't sure what to say to him either. Our chat history was still stuck on that "have you eaten" message. Be careful, Lu Jianchuan said gently. Are you okay? Let me take a look. I took 2 steps back. No need, I'm not that delicate. Anyway, I have to run for my life. Just then, a pair of claws grabbed the collar of my clothes, accompanied by Gu Che's gritted voice. Gucci, let's see where you can run. He glanced at Lu Jianchuan, then looked at Lin Huai, and finally made up his mind. Brother Jianchuan, could you help take care of my sister in the next segment? The next activity is mountain climbing, where there will be various small challenge tasks along the way. Participants are required to form groups and pair up with guests other than their family members. My brother probably thinks Lu Jianchuan is more reliable. Lu Jianchuan was slightly taken aback, then replied earnestly, alright. Brother, alright, then I'll leave my sister in your care. Gucci said, I have quite a bit of confidence in you. I am speechless, probably because my expression was too hard to describe. My brother glared at me. Gucci, what's with that look? I found you a little companion. I have to say, having Lu Jianchuan as a teammate is my good fortune. He's smart and emotionally stable. Even if I make a mistake, he doesn't complain but instead encourages me to try again. After completing an archery challenge, I scored high. The staff said I currently have the highest score among all the challengers. I grinned and giggled foolishly, while Lu Jianchuan also smiled, saying, classmate Gu is amazing. Hee. Of course I hopped up 2 steps, but unexpectedly stepped on a small pebble. My body tilted, and I nearly tumbled down the stairs. Ching ching. Lu Jianchuan was a few steps behind me and caught me in time. I was scared into a cold sweat. Still shaken, Lu Jianchuan sat with me on a nearby stone bench for a while. I had sprained my ankle, but I could still manage to climb. I'm okay, let's go. Don't disrupt the live stream schedule. Lu Jianchuan frowned. Are you sure? Are you kidding? 800,000. I'd crawl up there if I had to. Lu Jianchuan suddenly crouched down in front of me. Get on, I'll carry you. Used to bickering and pranking with my brother, I was completely at a loss when faced with Lu Jianchuan like this. This isn't really appropriate, and besides, I'm quite heavy. Can you really carry me? Lu Jianchuan said seriously. It's fine, I'll just treat it as a workout. I hesitated for a moment but eventually climbed onto Lu Jianchuan's back. He actually managed to carry me, and I couldn't help but exclaim, wow, Lu Jianchuan, you're amazing. Lu Jianchuan's ears turned slightly red as he carried me up the mountain on his back. Ching ching. I just have the strength of a normal adult man, that's all. Oh, just a moment ago it was classmate Gu, and now it's ching ching. You lucky guy, no wonder you have a wife. This clear soup lord sentences you to a lifetime of marriage. The pure love warrior falls to the ground, dying after experiencing something like this. Dying after experiencing something like this. Dying after experiencing something like this. Lu Jianchuan carried me on his back for a while, and I felt really embarrassed. Are you tired? How about you put me down, and I'll climb for a bit myself. I was afraid I'd exhaust him to death. Lu Jianchuan's breathing was slightly uneven, and his ears turned even redder. Ching ching. I'm not tired. Could you chat with me for a while? I've always been a chatterbox, so I started chatting with Lu Jianchuan. We talked about the college entrance exam, about food, and of course, the topic that came up most was my favorite TV dramas. You have no idea how addictive that show is. Seriously. I could stay up all night just to finish it. I rambled on for a long time before it finally dawned on me that I was the only one talking nonsense. But then Lu Jianchuan said, Ching ching, I'm sorry, my rambling came to an abrupt halt. I'm sorry, I didn't fully understand your preferences. Lu Jianchuan's voice was low and hoarse, tinged with self-reproach. I thought that compared to going to the library, hiking, or visiting the beach, you'd probably prefer staying at home and watching dramas, right? I wanted to argue, but the words caught in my throat, and I found I had no rebuttal. I enjoy going to the library, and I also like hiking and visiting the beach, but I do indeed prefer staying at home and binge-watching dramas. It's my fault, Ching ching. Can you give me a chance to make it right? Lu Jianchuan's tone was incredibly sincere. My heart skipped a beat. To say I didn't feel even the slightest bit of attraction toward Lu Jianchuan would be a lie. Ahem. Then in the future, when I'm binge-watching dramas, can you not ask me to go study or exercise? Lu Jianchuan retorted. Then can I watch the drama with you? Actually, I'm quite interested in film and television works too. I am puzzled. An unexpected path has emerged. The feeling of watching a drama hand in hand with my boyfriend seems pretty nice too. I lay on Lu Jianchuan's back, unable to hold back a silly grin, when suddenly my brother's roar came from above. Lu Jianchuan, I asked you to look after my sister, and this is how you do it. My brother exploded, hopping up and down and yelling. Lu Fanqing finally managed to stop him. Calm down, calm down. My brother just carried your sister on his back. It's not a crime worthy of death. My brother took a deep breath, inhaling and exhaling, finally calming down, only to meet my teary eyes. Bro, he's my ex-boyfriend. I took Lu Jianchuan's hand, but we're back together now. Lu Jianchuan, seriously, I could cry. He said he won't interrupt my drama watching anymore. He just leaned in and whispered in my ear. He actually bought me memberships for all the major streaming sites, so it's not too much for us to give it another shot, right? Lu Jianchuan pursed his lips, his eyes dark and bright. Brother, don't worry, I'll take good care of Ching ching. My brother was puzzled. A few seconds later, his heart-wrenching voice echoed across the entire mountaintop. I want him dead. I want him dead. That day, the entire internet witnessed my brother's emotional breakdown. Brother Wild Boar really had a full-on emotional meltdown, didn't he? LOL, going on a variety show and gaining a brother-in-law. What a surprise. How unexpected. Handing your sister over to your brother-in-law to take care of. Gucci, you really have a knack for comedy. 16. The live stream has ended. My brother is still drinking. He's lying drunk on the floor, mumbling. My little sister was still waiting for me to change her diaper. And now she's already dating. I can't lift him, so I just covered him with a blanket. Ching ching. I'm About to earn enough money to buy a big villa. I've kept my promise to you, a big villa. I was stunned. I was puzzled and called my agent, Uncle Wang. Uncle Wang sighed, ching ching. Your brother has really had it tough. From Uncle Wang, I learned the truth about my brother's career crisis over the past 2 years. His contract with the company was short-term, and he wasn't keen on renewing it. So the company wanted to squeeze out profits in a short time. My brother is stubborn and unwilling to do live streaming sales, and he rarely appears on variety shows. To make money, the company signed him up for a bunch of poorly made dramas with high pay. After starring in too many bad dramas, his popularity with the audience naturally declined. He signed the contract before he became famous, with a very low commission rate, so the money for the house was really hard-earned and saved up by him. Uncle Wang sighed with emotion. When I first took him under my wing, I thought he was unreliable, but I never expected him to be so steady all along. I just don't know why he insisted on buying a big villa. If he had bought a smaller house, the pressure wouldn't have been so great. I think I know why. When Mom and Dad separated, I cried so much that I covered my brother with tears and snot. He was still young back then, and his tone was fierce and arrogant. Gu Ching Ching, stop crying. In the future, I'll buy you a big villa, and we'll live together. We'll still be a family. I looked at Gu Che, who was lying on the ground, drunk and mumbling, then turned my head and wiped the corner of my eye. Gu Che is so annoying. He almost made my eyes start crying. Early the next morning, Uncle Wang came to our house looking for my brother. My brother, with his messy hair, wearing a white t-shirt and baggy shorts, stared at his phone screen for a long time before hesitantly asking, Uncle, didn't they used to call me brother or hubby? Why are they calling me wild boar brother now? Uncle Wang wanted to laugh but couldn't, holding it in with great effort. No matter how the fans shout, your current popularity is comparable to when you first exploded into a top star. The contract is about to expire too, and a vast world awaits you. He handed over a tablet. Here, there are many scripts looking for you, especially a new film by a top comedy director. The role is an older brother whose sister is taken by his rival. Take a good look. My brother looked completely baffled. Jumping from historical romance to comedy, isn't that a bit of a stretch? Uncle Wang said seriously, the path I set for you before was too narrow, limiting your potential. So tell me, do you want to keep being a pretty face, or do you want to become a source of joy? The doorbell rang, and I went to answer it. The young man outside was clean and gentle, waving the DVD in his hand. Ching ching. I bought the DVD of Empresses in the Palace. It's said to have uncut scenes that aren't on the streaming sites. My eyes lit up. Really? Come in, come in. Lu Jianchuan stepped inside, changed his shoes, and greeted politely, hello, uncle. His gaze fell on my brother, and he smiled slightly. Brother, good morning. My brother gritted his teeth, flirting with girls right in our own home. That little brat, I'll kill him. Ah. The agent clapped his hands and laughed. Ah, that's the spirit. After hearing the story above, what are your thoughts? Feel free to share your opinions in the comments section. Looking forward to hearing from you. If you liked this story, don't forget to like it, share it, and subscribe to my channel. See you next time.